Hello everyone. In this video I am going to discuss that how the devolution of property in case of if a female Hindu dies then takes place, that is succession of the property of a Hindu female. Okay, what are the rules relating to this succession? So it is basically discussed under the section 15 of the act that how the succession of the property of a Hindu female will take place. Now under section 15 of this act, or regarding the devolution of the property of a Hindu female, first of all we have to know that property actually devolves to a Hindu female in three ways. Means in three ways the property comes to them. That is, first category is the property which they inherit from her father or mother. Second one is property which they inherit from her husband or father-in-law. And the third one is that when the property obtained from any other source by inheritance or otherwise. Okay, so these are the three ways how the property devolves to a Hindu female. Now these three categories of property there are different rules, or different people will be entitled to inherit to the property after the death of a Hindu female. So first of all we will discuss this category, that is category C, that how the property which is obtained from any other source or by inheritance or otherwise, in those cases who will be entitled to get the property of the Hindu female after her death. Okay. So first we will discuss the category C, that is when the property is obtained to the Hindu female from any other source. It can be from inheritance or from otherwise, it can be her own income, whatever. Okay, when the property is devolving to the Hindu female from any other source, how the property will be divided. The under entry A, first of all, the legal heirs who are under entry A, they will be entitled to inherit the property. Now, who all are under entry A? So, here P is the deceased Hindu female. After the death of the P, these persons, son, daughter, her husband, they all are entitled. Apart from this, if there is a predeceased daughter, means this daughter has died earlier than P, but this daughter has son and daughter, they are entitled to inherit P's property. Again, this son who has died before the death of P, but this son's son and this son's daughter is alive, so they are entitled to inherit the property of this deceased Hindu female. Okay. So this is the first thing, means these persons are under the entry A and they all take one share of the property. Okay, means as I have told you earlier, so here the property will be divided into 1/5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, and these two persons will get 1/10 and these two persons will get 1/10 of the property each. Okay, so this is the thing, means how the property will devolve after the death of the deceased Hindu female. I am just again mentioning that here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So property 1/5 each will get, and since this daughter has one son, one daughter, they will get 1/10 of property each. So this is the entry A, means these persons have the first right to inherit the property after the death of the Hindu female. Okay, if the persons who are under entry A, if they all are not there, then the property will devolve upon the heirs of the husband who is entitled under entry B to inherit the property. It means as the devolution of property of a deceased Hindu male take place, that is class 1 here, class 2 here, agnate, cognate, like that the property will devolve. Now if the heirs of the husband are not there, then the property will devolve to those persons who are entitled under entry C. Who are entitled? father and mother of the deceased Hindu female. Okay, father and mother of the deceased Hindu female are entitled to inherit the property if the persons who are entitled under entry B, they all are absent. Then again, if father and mother is not there, then the property will devolve to those persons who are under the entry D. Who is under entry D? Heirs of the father. Heirs of the father means heir of the deceased Hindu female father. They all are entitled to inherit the property. That means again that class section 8, class 1, class 2, all those things. Now if heirs of father are also not there, then the property will devolve to heirs of deceased mother. Okay, so that who is entitled under entry E. Then again the section 15, the rule of section 15 will apply, and this is the devolution of the property of a Hindu female of the third category. Mind it, this is the third category, that is property obtained from any other source. In my next video, I will discuss that how the devolution of the property will take place of those property which the Hindu female inherit from her father or mother or from her husband and father-in-law. But just follow this one. If you have any doubt, you can put your doubt in the comment box. I will definitely answer. And if you like my video, if you are getting benefit from my videos, then please do subscribe my channel and also like my video. Thank you.